We are used to measuring angles in degrees, but the circle is not defined by angles, it's defined by the circumference. For a circle of radius of 1 unit, like in the unit circle, the circumference is 2 pi. This number comes from geometry. If you take any circle, it will follow this main rule. Every point is the same distance from the center, that is the radius. And the boundary is the circumference, and so the ratio of circumference over diameter is always the same number, pi. This is not because we chose it, but because geometry forces it. So we define pi equals c over d. The diameter is just twice the radius, so d equals 2 times r. Substitute that into the definition pi equals c over 2 times r. And now we solve for the circumference, getting c equals 2 times pi times r. So 2 pi comes from multiplying the radius twice. Since the radius equals 1, then c equals 2 pi times 1 equal 2 pi, confirming the length of the circle. A radian measures the arc length relative to the radius. So in the unit circle, radius is 1 and arc length is 1, and the angle is 1 radian. Algebraically, we are saying that 360 degrees equals 2 pi radians. This is the key identity. Now, if we divide both sides by 2, this side becomes 180 degrees, and this side is now 1 pi radians. So the half of the circle is only 1 pi. We isolate the degree and divide both sides by 180 degrees, and we are left with 1 degree equals pi over 180 radians. The core rule is that since half a circle, meaning 180 degrees, equals pi radian, then every degree can be converted to radians by multiplying by pi over 180, and sometimes you will need to simplify your answer, but this is the main rule. So let's work out some examples. To convert 30 degrees to radians, we use this equation that says radians equals degrees multiplied by pi over 180. So for 30 degrees, pi over 180 multiplied by 30 gives us 30 pi divided by 180. And to simplify it, let's try dividing the whole thing by 30 degrees, and we find that x equals pi over 6. For 45 degrees, we repeat this process multiplying pi over 180 times 45. But also note that if we divide 180 by 45, then we get 4. So if we reduce this number by dividing by 45, we will get pi over 4. Now to convert 60 degrees, again we multiply pi over 180 by 60, and we simplify dividing the whole thing by 60, and we get pi over 3. Lastly, to find 90 degrees, divide both sides by 2, and we get pi over 2 radians. From my past videos, I explained how we measure a circle inscribing a square and a hexagon leading up to the 30, 45, and 60 angles in the unit circle. So now we can think of radians like this. Squares naturally lead to 4, hexagons naturally lead to 6, and circles naturally lead to pi. The reason we use radians is because they come from the circle itself, while the degrees are a human choice.